Okay, I think we are live. Just give me 1 second so that I can check if everything is up and running, but I think so. Let us know if you can hear us and see us and if everything is okay. Hello, guys. Hi. Great to have you guys back. And now for the last one during the S4 Summit 2023, I would say it's a creme de la creme because we are now joined by two amazing speakers and professionals from Salesforce. We are very happy to be joined by Paulo Jorge Fernandes and Dragan Miocinovic, who will be presenting the topic that you can right now see on your screen, Salesforce Field Service, how to empower your frontline workers and optimize your field operations. Before we head to the presentation, just let me remind you that as per usual, we will have a Q&A session after the presentation is over. So please, if you have any questions, if there is anything that is very interesting to you, if you want to ask our specialists your questions, leave them in the comments. I will be joining our speakers at the end of the presentation to show them your questions. So once again, Paulo, Dragan, great to have you here. Welcome to S4 Summit 2023.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having us, and big thank you to the Salesforce, to the S4 Poland organization for the invitation. So the forward-looking statement to say that customers should base their purchasing decisions on products and services that are currently available. And once more, big thank you for having us. And thank you for being such active as for Salesforce community in Poland and for the amazing work that all our trailblazers, partners and customers are doing to improve everyone's lives and to make a better planet. Myself, Paulo Fernandes and Dragan will be showing this session how to optimize the field operations and empower the mobile frontline workers to provide an excellent customer experience in an efficient way. Well, and the challenge for any field service leader is to ensure that the right frontline field worker with the right skills arrives at the right place at the right time with the right tools, parts and information to get the job done the first time. This is key to provide effective service and deliver great customer experiences. But there are more challenges field service leaders are facing. For instance, rising inflation, supply chain issues, employee retention, and more are affecting everyone. And we all are being asked to do more with less. Field service leaders, in particular, have to drive customer satisfaction, enable and attract a new generation workforce, reduce costs, and increase efficiency and optimize field operations to reduce carbon footprint. It's not really a small challenge. So, with it become clear that field service is a critical component for growing your business. Frontline workers, often the main company representatives customers see, make those on-site visits a moment of truth for your brand to grow customer loyalty and ensure continuous operations. And this is why Salesforce Field Service is one of the fastest growing products at Salesforce. And this journey started with Click Software that was acquired by Salesforce. And with all the innovations that Salesforce has brought to the product and the tremendous success our customers are having with it, Salesforce Field Service became a leader in Gartner Magic Quadrant for field service management for the last 4 years. And it is not only the analysts that points this leadership of Salesforce. Salesforce Field Service is also empowering field service teams across industries and use cases and helping our customers to become even more successful. Just to highlight some examples. NL in the utilities industry to better manage the electricity and gas customers' installations and networks emergencies. BP, for instance, in the energy industry, for assets preventive maintenance and inspection, or for instance, KPN in the telecommunications industry to optimize customer on-site service, or for instance, ENGIE to manage infrastructure communication and construction, or CON in the manufacturing industry to manage elevators installations and maintenances. This is just some examples of customers that are leveraging Salesforce Field Service to better serve their customers. And the benefits and success our customers are achieving by using Salesforce Field Service are really tremendous. The latest success metric study done with our customers show these impressive results after implementing Salesforce Field Service. This study is done with thousands of Salesforce customers, and it's available in the Salesforce website for you to go in more detail. Okay, great. Now let's start to take a deeper look on Salesforce Field Service solution. In any field service story, there are two main characters or personas, the customer and the mobile worker. But in the background, there are also other important characters. This include customer service or sales agents, and dispatcher and field team managers. In summary, for a field service team to be successful, they must have the right tool and processes to manage in an efficient way all the field operation. And that's why, if we look from the bottom up, Salesforce Field Service was built on top of Service Cloud and the Salesforce platform to bring the full power of Customer 360 view. And Salesforce Field Service has four main pillars that we will look in more detail today. The first one is Customer Experience pillar that puts the customer in the center to provide an excellent customer experience. The second pillar is the Asset Management pillar that can unlock new use cases based on assets usage or performance. And for some industries, such as telcos or utilities, is critical for networks operations, for instance. Then the scheduling and dispatching pillar helps the organizations to organize all the work based on the priorities and all the requests in an efficient way. And the fourth pillar is the mobile work app that puts all this power on the mobile work end on this device. And all it together solves the challenges of field operations across industries and use cases. So let's start with the customer-centric pillar. Field service, field customer experience starts even before the on-site visit itself. So things like providing a easy-to-use self-service channel, like a customer portal, or digital channels like chat or WhatsApp, in addition to the contact center or stores, can help the customer to have a very easy self-scheduling experience. And keeping the customer informed about the upcoming visit and the mobile worker location when he's coming to the on-site visit the customer can also provide a very good experience. And also can be provided, for instance, remote support that can be a big advantage for both on the customer if it allows to solve quicker the problems remotely. So let's take a look on some of these possibilities and add-ons. For example, with Salesforce Appointment Assistant, customers can manage very easily their on-site visit appointments with self-service in a web portal, in a mobile app or digital channels, in addition to phone or stores. It's a powerful tool that helps business to streamline or optimize their appointment scheduling processes. It also allows to remind the customer about the visit and provide live tracking information on the mobile worker location and estimated time for arrival. This can help to reduce the no-shows, as well increasing the customer satisfaction. For instance, with the visual remote assistant, a contact center agent or remote technician can see what the customer sees via a video session. And this is very easy to initiate. It's just send a text message or email to the customer that the customer can open very easily without the need to install any additional software. And that way can start immediately a two-way video session with the customer, and it will allow to see what the customer see, make video notations and point objects or things on the video, make video notations, share knowledge articles or documents, or even share the device screen. This way, with Visual Remote Assistant being inside the Salesforce platform, service agents can easily see customer information such as product type, installation dates, previous visits, so they don't waste time asking questions, that they already have that information. And even better, some customer problems can be solved remotely this way without the need to schedule a on-site visit. So now let's take a look on a demo of the customer experience. Over to you, Dragan.
Thank you, Paulo, for this introduction. And I hope you can see my screen. Basically, so the customers have completely now digital experience, and everyone expects that everything is now in a kind of self-service. It's kind of annoying for the customers that when they need really to call company to schedule service appointment on site. But before we go to this scheduling itself or self-scheduling, I just want to start with a kind of self-service portal where the customers primarily can see, for example, their account information, order, invoices, files. They can look to the scheduled already appointments, look in the knowledge base, look in their assets, what is also for many customers extremely important. So in our scenario, it will be a turbine, and getting all the relevant information that you want to share with the customer, like is there any warranty on this? Is there any service contract on this device or maintenance plan? Also, before they, let's say, contact the service, the portals can serve as a kind of 24/7 customer support. For example, if they give here turbine, then dynamically knowledge base will be searched and will give some suggestions, what can help to the customers. They have access also to their cases, to their tickets at any time. And of course, if they still cannot solve the problem, they are always able to, let's say, create a service appointment for the specific job. This could be maintenance, this could be repair, this could be some more critical topic directly in the self-service environment. So I click here in the schedule service, and we'll see now that the system is offering different types of services. Why is this important? Because behind this kind of specific types is this maintenance or turbine repair or some kind of site survey correction and so on. So there is always a kind of set of other, let's say, associated attributes like duration. That's very important, knowing who is available and how much time we need to reserve for this. Or which kind of spare parts we need for this slot. So this must be checked in the backend, and this is all part of the field service solution from Salesforce. For example, we can choose one turbine repair. I will go to the next step, and then my address in Warsaw will be taken, and I can go to the next step. And then in this step, I will be offered some slots. So basically that we can choose date and time, so when the technician should go. And now we have, according to the availability, according to the available skills, and the location, we can now choose whatever. So let's say it's a Friday, from 1 to 3, it's a starting time, and now we can review and book appointment. So that's one, let's say, scenario. Another one would be that when you schedule this, then basically you will get a kind of email confirmation that your appointment is scheduled, and then by clicking on the link, you will be able to reschedule certain appointment and to say, okay, this was your appointment that was confirmed. Do you want to confirm now this one, or you want to reschedule this one? And that's very, very interesting, because now the customer can decide by themselves if they want to move because they are on vacation, they are sick, and so on, or they are simply not available, or they will just go back and say, yeah, that's fine, I'm okay with this, and I will confirm this date. So that's a second option. And the third one, it's also part of this customer experience, is when the technician is on the way. So if this feature is turned on, so you can even send notification to the customer via SMS, WhatsApp, or email that the technician is approaching, and they can even track the location of the technician and the time when they are coming. So that's a small, let's say, extract from the customer experience in this new field service world. And giving back to you, Paulo.
Thank you, Dragan, for showing how the customer experience can look like with self-service. And now going to taking a look on the second pillar, the asset management. Asset management is a critical aspect of any service organization because it involves tracking, maintenance, and repair of physical assets that are used to deliver service to the customers or in networks, and also tracking assets like vehicles, equipment, spare parts, tools. So proper asset management is essential for ensuring that these assets are available and in a good working condition when they are needed, as well for minimizing downtime and maximizing the lifespan of the assets. For asset-centric use cases, is also critical managing, for instance, managing critical complex networks as in utilities or communications industries. This is very important. And also it allows to unlock new use cases based on assets such as usage-based or SLA-based. Some key topics in asset management is the inventory management. For instance, having real-time visibility about the location, the consumptions, the transfers, usage, and allowing to track information such as serial numbers is an important aspect. Another key topic in asset management is managing in an optimized way proactive maintenance to prevent potential problems, manage regular inspections, maintenance plans, and take into consideration assets information data to generate automatic work orders and action-based on time or usage-based triggers for the predictive maintenance. This is just some examples how important is the assets. So let's take a look now. How rich is the asset management in Salesforce field service? Over to you, Dragan.
Thank you, Paulo. Yes, the assets are basically part of our customer 360 view. And I will start, before we go deeper in the assets, with taking a look on this customer 360, what is there. So there are all kinds of information regarding contacts, accounts, opportunities, but specifically in the service area, there are all information about cases, tickets, about assets. We see also serial number, we see the service contracts, what is also very important, and associated with the service contract also maintenance plans. So if we click on one of our assets that our customer has, we'll see a lot of very useful information. So why is this important? Because primarily the customers or agents, they don't need to log now in the backend systems like in SAP or any other ERP, to get the asset information. They will have the old information that they need to plan the field service engagement. So they have in the front end in the Salesforce. So we see some basic information when this asset was purchased, what is the status, is it active? We see some asset performance information. This could be done either through IoT or that the customer is reading and putting some information in the customer portal. We see on the right side a lot of information, all the cases related to this asset. We see the work order, so that means the jobs that were for solving something like maintenance, repairing, and so on. Warranty, so is the warranty active, yes or no? This could be interesting because of the billing later. Asset downtime periods, also very important. SLAs, entitlements, and what is also for many of the customers very important is the maintenance plans. So having the maintenance plans in Salesforce, and we will take a short look, give us possibility to define the time frame, like 4 years is the maintenance, and then to automatically generate work orders for the technician visit regarding maintenance, inspection of the asset, and so on. So going back to asset, what is also typically what most of the companies want to see is the asset hierarchy. So the asset hierarchy will be mostly integrated or synchronized with your backend systems, with ERP. So, and of course, this kind of list of the child assets could be much longer. But again, the message is that all this information could be in one location, and this is the Salesforce front end. And just let's say on the top to show something that most of the customers are now looking for, and this is the combination between assets and analytics. Why is this important? Because we are not talking only about preventive maintenance, we are also talking about predictive maintenance. So if we can get some data and collect data through different sensors or some kind of communication between the device and the Salesforce, then we can do some benchmarking. And we have several examples of the customers in Europe. They are really using this and building completely new business models around this. So it means if they notice that the asset is not performing well, like we are seeing here, so that the average efficiency is dropping, this will trigger automatical creation of the service appointment. So this will automatically assign the technician or the call center agent first to call the customer and to say, look, something is going wrong with your machine and we need repair. Also, this kind of analytics could be also seen in the context of upsell and cross-sell, that you see, okay, you have so many assets in the warranty, but typically you can have even more, or there are some assets, that they have overdue in maintenance. And on the top of this, it could be a kind of next best action for generating eventually service contract or thinking how to upsell certain products or services. So that's in the nutshell a kind of asset as one of the key cornerstones of the field service solution. So Floor, going back to you, Paulo.
Thank you, Dragan, for showing such rich information regarding assets in the Salesforce field service. Now, looking to the third pillar, schedule and dispatcher. And I will say this is the command center where all the requests from the customers, all the information from the assets, all information from predictive maintenance, all the emergencies, so all the work orders, all the requests came together. And through a unified console, the dispatcher console, the service managers can have an integrated view by Gantt and map and organize the different appointments in an effective way. But as you know, when we talk about several work orders, about different types of skills, about many requests, many mobile workers, this is a real complex problem that the dispatcher console and the leading optimization engine from Salesforce makes this work easy and efficient to manage. For instance, looking at so this way is possible to really make the optimization of the scheduling of the work orders and the jobs, taking consideration priorities such as small, faster routes or local or shorter routes, taking consideration priorities of SLAs of customers or different profiles of customers, taking consideration emergencies or changes on the job's executions, like the job was longer or a technician on the last minute is sick and is not able to show up. So all these complexities on the work planning and on the over the day management is managed in a single space in a very effective way. It also allows to manage different types of jobs that can be short duration or more complex jobs that can be multi-day, or jobs that can have different types of dependencies to be executed. So all of this can be brought together for the dispatcher console to really have efficient management in real time of the field operations. And with that is also important to bring some automation to improve the efficiency of the handling of the requests. And with that, it's possible to really manage these different dimensions, such as the different type of scheduling of jobs, the optimization, taking consideration the different type of priorities, taking in consideration the skills, the crews, also the type of works, and keeping always real-time insight what is happening versus what was planned. And this is a great area for Dragan to show to us how does it look like and how easy to make complex simple.
Yeah. Thanks, Paulo. Yes, now what we are looking at is the dispatcher console, and I would say this is the heart of the field service solution. So the dispatcher console has at the first look very simple and clean interface. It's very clear, and you can really notice immediately what is the status of your service appointments: green completed, violet in process, blue dispatched, and for example, yellow could be just planned. So that means it's not still 100% confirmed. We see also that there are different list views, something that we know from the ticketing. You can have like canceled, those appointments that are only assigned to the contractors. We can see also some that are in jeopardy or there are rule violations and so on. So the dispatcher can play with these views. And also there are different scheduling policies. So what is a scheduling policy? We see one that is basically just focusing on the internal employees, but we can use another one that is including, when we are planning, both internal and contractors, so service partners as well. So we can then decide to whom we should assign the job. So beside this, let's say, view that we are seeing at the moment, and we see only not only the, let's say, Warsaw team, we can also see the Katowice, we can see many other teams. We see also crews, so multiple technicians that are connected in the group in one team. But what I wanted to point out is the visibility of the service partner. We see more and more in the market, so that the service partner or contractors are becoming also the part of this ecosystem. They would use the contractor portal to get their jobs, service appointments. And what is important for the dispatcher, that can also have the view, if of course so wished, with the status of the jobs that are assigned to the partner. We see also beside, let's say, this 3 days view, there are different other views like daily or weekly, what also many dispatchers are using. We see the slot that we booked, and also one of the very, very preferred views is the utilization view. Why is this important? Because it is showing how is the utilization of the technicians, but also of the whole team. So we see 97% is on Monday, but it's dropping on the 69%. We see that some colleagues are overloaded. When I click here, then I can flag some maybe appointments, and then later in the flagged, so I can reschedule this and assign them to someone else in order, for example, to not to make the overtime. So if we go to the weekly, dispatchers can see also a lot of details regarding technicians. Let's look at our technician called Alan. So Alan has the 31-hour booked at the moment for this week. 60 minutes is the travel time, so between the slots, because it's fully optimized, and that's also one of the key features that you are getting with the Salesforce. It's included, so it's an optimization that is trying to calculate the best possible route for the technicians, and we see how many jobs are completed. Beside this, we see also all the skills, like a break fix for the repair. If some companies have some special skills, or we can put this like a China visa. China visa is something that is just for the 1 year. So we will, when we want to book the trip to China, for example, then we will consider this as well as a kind of skill. We see all the service appointments, absences, and so on. And what is also very interesting from the dispatcher perspective, this is to have the look on the movement of the technician, on the daily movement, so to see where is this and what kind of jobs already have been completed. As well, in addition, exists the integration with a calendar. So, for example, if the technician is using Gmail or Outlook, then there is a possible visibility also of his calendar. Beside this, let's say, planning table or Gantt, how it's called, it's possible also to see the another view. So it's a map view where we can see a lot of our scheduled and unscheduled slots in the Warsaw region at the moment. So, and we can then directly from these slots, we can click on one and say, okay, I want to see all the details. I can dispatch this. I can reschedule, and so on. There are some also nice other additional features for the, let's say, they are going in the direction of the planning and the optimization. Like I can resource schedule optimize for one resource or for the whole team. I can fix overlaps when it comes to the overlapping between the slots, what is in reality quite often because one job takes longer than planned. Then we can immediately with one click fix these overlaps, so they will be rescheduled and the customers will be informed. Or the opposite situation is that you have the case when you wanna when there is a gap. For example, one job was early finished, and now we want to fill the schedule. So when we are talking about planning, that's also what is important, because you always want to look at the skills. So if we look at this slot, and if I click on the get candidates, then I will be shown the candidates that have the right skills, for this, and then I can choose, for example, that Alan Reed should go, for example, on Friday, and I can schedule to him. Obviously, I'm always able to move manually this, or I can select multiple slots, and then click on schedule, and then the automation will automatically schedule these slots based on the skills, on the location, on the availability, and many other factors that are part of the scheduling policy. So with this, I think we are ending this short overview of the dispatching console, and I'm giving the floor back to you, Paulo.
Thank you, Dragan, for this amazing demo. Now, last but not least, we will be looking to the fourth pillar, the mobile work app. And that's really one of another important areas of field service, because frontline teams, they are only service technicians. Often they are the representative that customers see in person. So they are brand ambassadors who can make or break the customer relationship. So empowering the mobile worker on his device, a smartphone or a tablet, iPad or Android, is really important to give in a single place all the information that the mobile worker needs to really understand the customer, the job that he has to perform, what are the actions that should be taken, what is the information. So having all that together will ensure a consistent service delivery, and also will improve the first time resolution and the customer satisfaction, giving overall a better experience. For that, the field service mobile app is designed to really provide this integrated information to the mobile worker, and it provides a rich experience, and it allows also the customization with the Lightning Web components that allows the company to create very easily extensions for their business needs, and also allows the mobile app allows to all the data to be accessible to the mobile worker even when offline, because there are many situations in the field where there is no internet connection, and having all the data is important even on that situations. And just to give some examples of the many rich features of the mobile app, having, like, for instance, guided workflows that will ensure consistency on the execution of the jobs. Also having intelligent recommendations for the mobile worker, and also creating some automated actions. For instance, when the technician arrives on site, automatically changing the job status will improve the overall experience and also the overall field operations management. And the extension of the mobile app is particularly important to be able to address the different use cases and the different industry needs. And many times mobile workers are not employees, are not even employees of the organization. Sometimes they are subcontracted. So, and managing the mobile workers, even if they are subcontracted, and subcontractors can be based on number of people, can be based on time availability, number of jobs that can be done. So there are different types of complexities that can be managed that way. It's important to bring all of them together in the field operations to really provide this seamless and excellent customer experience, because for the customer it doesn't matter if it is an employee or a contractor. What really matters is to have a very good customer experience and to have the problem solved in the effective and efficient way. And now let's take a look on the mobile app, how it looks like. Over to you, Dragan.
Yeah, thanks, Paulo. Yeah, so let's have a look at the mobile app. So I'm using my mobile phone, but in reality, most of the companies and technicians will use the tablets for this. And basically, what you see here is now the first screen. In the upper corner, I see the different dates, and I can see which kind of slots are already reserved for me. And we will take a look on our Friday slot, so that should fix this turbine that is not working. So for this, I have these three small dots you see between just above the turbine is not working. And when I click here, I can directly call contact. I can send SMS to contact. I can send email or estimated travel arrival time to the contact. If we go a little bit deeper in the slot, it will show me, of course, first of all, travel time. I'm some other apps for the getting directions, so for the navigation. And again, all the contact details are here because it's on the same platform like the CRM data. And then regarding the turbine itself, that's one of the very important features for the technicians. They can see what is the service history for this asset. For example, what has been done. Yeah? So already preventive maintenance, some cosmetic repairs, multi-day installation, and so on. And if we look to the knowledge article, so we have the possibility to attach multiple knowledge articles to one service appointment so that the technician can have on-site instructions and, for example, maybe for the troubleshooting, some ideas how to fix the problem. So that's one part of the story. In the lower part, you will see the inventory. So that's very important. So it's connected with the van of the technician, but we see also some other information like all the details related to this work order. We can see all the related information like drawings, work plans, and so on. We see the communication. We can communicate with the dispatcher, with the service manager. We can share the photos, text, and if we make some photos of the situation before and after, they will appear also in the service report later. What is also important are checklists or the work plans. I think most of the companies are giving some kind of, let's say, checklist that should be completed. And going through these checklists, that's also very important. So if I'm technician and I'm on site, then I will just go and check the certain points, and we see how this circle is updated. Like now I have the 50% of my checklist completed and so on. Most of the companies will even not allow to close the work order if not all checklists are fulfilled, because this gives them confidence that the work is done, or in the case that it's not, then you need to reschedule and to make another appointment. So, but that's also part of the solution. So having the checklists. Products, very important. So you can add products that are consumed. So either physically or manually. So like, okay, I'm adding now the cable. So it was added. Or alternative would be to have the barcode scanner, and when you scan this, then it will be automatically recognized and added. All this information will appear then later in our service report. And we see in the lower part this kind of lightning actions. So this is very, very important because this is quite flexible. You can change these quick actions. There are a lot of actions, like step by step completing work. You can add consumed products. You can create return order, create a quote. Then for many companies, the entering time is very important. So they say, okay, can we track the time and can we add this to timesheets? For sure, we can. So we can put, let's say, the start and end time, and then we can choose the timesheet and then save this. So basically, all this information will be, again, in the real time available, either for the personal department or later for the billing, so that you can also charge for the time spent on site. And then if we go further through this list, there are many other possibilities, but some of our customers are also not only willing that the technicians are, let's say, repairing or doing the maintenance on-site installation, but since they are the kind of face of the company, they are in front of the customer, they are asking them as well to make some upsell, to check with the customers, for example, if they are interested in some product line, do they want to contact maybe from sales, do they want a service contract for their product? And then by saving this, we are creating maybe new opportunity or new task for the salesperson to engage with the customer and to proceed with the customer requests. And the last part that we will see now is creating the service report. So basically, we want to get the signature from our customer, from Lauren, but also you can collect multiple signatures, either from the manager, from the technician itself, and so on. And we will say, okay, this is Lauren. Lauren signed this. We will save and then generate a service report. And the service report will be generated as a PDF file so that you can then open, you can send immediately to the customer, you can print it as well. Or later, of course, if you want to do some update of this service report, then you can even do this later. And we see now the signature. And as I mentioned before, you can even add some photos of the situation before and after. So this was in the nutshell. So our mobile application that is offline capable and that is extensible also, that you can add your actions, your guided flows for technicians to conduct all the operations on site that they require. So Paulo, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dragan. Thank you for these amazing demos and covering the four main pillars of Salesforce Field Service. I hope it has been quite informative to the audience. And well, Salesforce Field Service is much more than optimization of field operations. It's also enabling a greener future. And features like the scheduling and optimization, it allows to reduce the carbon footprint by optimizing travel times, distances, the jobs organization, as well the asset management and proactive maintenance. It helps also to extend the lifespan of assets, reduce consumption and waste, improve energy efficiency, and the real-time data allows to have better accuracy on the resource management. And for instance, Visual Remote Assistant can help to solve the customer issues faster, avoiding on-site visits, and that way also reducing the carbon footprint. So this is some of the examples where with optimized field service operation can really help in the future of the planet. And with this, we conclude our presentation. Thank you so much for your time today, and I think now we can open the floor for some questions.
Thank you so much. And we do have some questions for you guys, so just let me show them on the screen. The first one, I believe actually Dragan answered it already, but just to be clear, is it possible to use field service mobile app offline?
Yes, I can take that one. Yes, it is. Actually, we can, some organizations have enormous quantities of data. So it's important to have this information offline on the mobile worker app. It's important to be able to select which information we want to make available. So we already support the best case, and we are now with a new release, an upcoming release that also support with more complex and use cases where this information of data, quantity of data is really huge.
Okay, another question that we have here. What are some common pitfalls that you think businesses should be aware of when implementing this solution?
Well, this is a quite open question, and it's important really to depending on the type of industry, on the type of use case. One of the most important topics is always put the customer on the center, always think on the customer perspective, and then align the industry, the company resources and the organization in order to, in the most effective way and with the biggest efficiency, being able to provide this excellent customer experience. Here, usually one of the challenges is when the information is over different systems and we don't have this single view. So really building this single view of the customer and bringing information from different systems to a single place, and then building this single source of truth is really important to really be able to provide this very excellent service. And taking in consideration things like sometimes the customer address and the billing address is different from the service address. So taking in consideration all these details and modeling on the solution these real life challenges from the customer, this reality. So this is some comments. I don't know, Dragan, if you want to add something.
Yeah, I think that it's in order to avoid these pitfalls is basically to do the right planning at the beginning. It's very important. It's also not to try to maybe copy existing processes, but to think how you can make it more efficient. The solution is very powerful, and basically you can really have the significant process improvement. Obviously, integration with a different data system. This is one of the critical topics, to have everything in one place, that Paulo mentioned. But the recommendation is to start in the small steps, not to do big bang, but really to do in the small steps, to learn, let's say, to walk before you run, and then to test, to get the feedback, and then to proceed with the next step in the solution. And so basically, the good thing is there's so much experience on the market with a lot of partner companies that are doing the implementation. So if there were some pitfalls at the beginning, like 5-6 years ago, now they are minimal. Yeah.
And we have one more question. Would you agree that it is rather a solution for big companies, or maybe smaller businesses can also use it? What do you think?
Well, I think the size of the companies, it can be used for any size of company and any industry. I would say that it's more useful when you have more complex operation or bigger operations. But sometimes small companies, they need to manage mobile workers that are in different locations. They need to manage, and it can go from health institutions to appliance companies, to install kitchens, to install windows, to manage a big energy network. So it can really spans across different sizes of companies, different sizes of operations, different industries, different use cases. I think the key point here is if a company is looking to improve and the customer experience and to optimize their operation, definitely is always better than using a spreadsheet, for instance.
Yeah, I think we should define what is the small company, But we have really a lot of customers that are, let's say, maybe mid-sized, even small companies. When I say small, this is the total 100, 200 employees. They still use the field service because it's critical for their business. They optimize their routes, they can do the more jobs and so on. So there are really a lot of good examples and very successful implementations also at the small, let's say, mid-sized companies, not only with the big systems.
Great. And I'm checking if there are any new questions, but I don't think so. We don't have any new ones. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience, sharing your thoughts on this topic. We are very glad that you found some time to join S4 Summit 2023. And please be sure that you are always welcome to come back and present some new cases during our summit. Paulo, Dragan, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for all our audiences. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And to our viewers, to our audience, also thank you for those amazing 3 days of sharing experiences, asking questions, looking for the answers, inspiring each other. And we hope to see you very soon during our next event. We will be informing you, so please be sure to subscribe to our social media so that you know about new events that are incoming. Thank you once again and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.